I'm not a hater at all. I said it last week. I'll say it again. Unless Bo Nix wins this week against Washington, which is possible, I don't understand why people are saying Bo Nix deserves the Heisman over Penix or Jaden Daniels. His best win is against Oregon State, which happened this past week, the 21st best team in the country. That's his best win on his resume. And his numbers are not better than Jaden Daniels. Michael Penix beat him head to head. Hey, how?
But my,
How?
but Michael,
I
my
know it's a
Michael,
team thing, but at the end of the day, you had a chance to go out there and set the tone and beat him head to head, the guy that you are fighting for position with, and you lost. You can't. I don't understand that. That's like saying, you know what, Patrick Mahomes and this person's going at it, and this person beat him head to head, but we're gonna give him the MVP. I just don't
but
see
guess,
that,
but
man.
guess, but guess what? The year that Aaron Rodgers won MVP, Tom Brady clearly had better numbers than him. But guess what? The MVP went to Aaron Rodgers, and I
I'm
feel
talking about
like
head to head. What happened head to
it's not.
head?
I don't think he's not. And he outperformed in the Oregon State game. Michael Penix struggled in that Oregon State game. His numbers weren't impressive at all, and they struggled to beat them. When you look
But
at
Penix beat him head to head. At the end of the day,
but
you keep
but you
you
can't.
keep bringing up all these other
I
games. Penix beat him head
I
to head.
think I honestly think he outperformed Michael Penix in
I
that game.
disagree.
They just had a better team. I mean, this
So
past
you
weekend,
think Washington's a better team than Oregon?
no, I think Oregon's a better team.
So okay, if you think Oregon is better, that means Michael Penix took a worse team and beat Bo
No,
Nix.
I
That
mean it was a huge impact by Washington's running game though. I gave more credit to the running game than what Michael Penix and Odunze did in that game.
I'm not. I can't. And it's no. I don't hate Bo Nix. I just don't see the Bo Nix argument for me. It's Penix or
33, 30,
Daniels.
30, 33 out of 43, 97 against Oregon State, man. Two touchdowns. Michael Penix didn't put no numbers close to that, and they struggled in that game. That game was
Okay,
out of hand
okay,
already.
okay. So you're saying what he did
I
against
mean,
Oregon State? I can give you Jaden Daniels numbers versus
but you know what? You know
with
the you
Missouri, a top
but
10 team, a team that's ranked in the top 10 that only lost to Georgia and LSU. That's their only two losses.
But you know the huge difference between
Oh,
that
here we
is
go.
though because that game was out of hand. When it comes to LSU, they want to keep this guy in the game and pad stats for Jaden
They
Daniels
won
because
by
they
10
what?
points. They were losing. I think it was
No,
like 34.
I'm not just talking about that game. I'm just talking about
Okay, so
games like Georgia State,
what I'm saying to you,
Grambling,
yeah, okay,
those
okay.
type of
Your boy played against Portland
Florida.
State. He played against Portland State. He played against Colorado, a team that's under 500. You realize that, right?
But guess what? Those games that game was out of hand. He didn't even play the rest of the
Bro,
game.
stop, bro.
It's,
Matter of
when it
fact,
comes to
go look
when
it
it
up.
comes to
Hold up. Go look it up. I want you to go look it up. Jaden Daniels did not finish, I wanted to say 3 or 4 games, same amount of games as Bo Nix. Go look it up. It's there. Go look it up. I'm
Well,
not
I want
making
to
that
add
stat
this.
up.
I want to add this. I totally agree with X that if Knicks loses to Washington, he's got no shot at winning. He has to beat a better team than Oregon State, and here's his chance.
Yep.
So I agree with X there, but I think it doesn't even matter because we're going to find out Friday, and then we'll go from there in terms of that.
And not only does he have to win that game, Yvonne, he has to play great to do it. I don't think he can just win and throw 2 interceptions and no touchdowns, and he's going to win the Heisman like that.
Well,
He
I
has to
agree,
play
but I
good.
don't think I agree, but I don't think Oregon can win that game unless he
the
plays.
But that's
same
what I'm
thing
saying. I think Michael Penix doesn't have to play great and still can win the Heisman.
That's true.
the same thing you said about Bo Nix having not beat anybody. That's the same thing you could say about Jaden Daniels, and Jaden Daniels did
He
have
beat a
an
top. Hey, look,
opportunity.
I'm not a Missouri guy. I'm not going to act like I am today.
You were
It
bashing
doesn't.
Missouri this past
Listen,
year. What you
listen.
mean?
Okay, listen to what I'm saying. I don't have to. I wasn't big on Florida State at all. I thought Florida State was trash. Guess what? Florida State's in the running for a playoff.
Well,
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I personally think. At the end of the day, Missouri's a top 10 team. I don't have to like it. You don't have to like it.
all of a
That's the
sudden
fact.
all of a
That's
sudden
the
we're praising
facts. That is
Missouri
the
as the top
facts.
10
You
team.
can argue if you want. That is the facts. Don't try to go remove the facts. The facts are they're the number 9 team in the country right now, and LSU beat them on the road.
I mean, he did. I mean, Jaden Daniels did have a low QBR in the fourth quarter in
Oh
that game.
man,
Yeah, I
come
mean,
on, man.
and he did, man. What
As
you
a matter of fact,
mean?
since you said that, I'm glad you brought it up. What's your favorite stat, Keo? QBR, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Who has the best QBR in the country? Go look it up. Go look it up. I gotta make
I
this
know,
up.
I know, I know,
All
I know.
right.
Who
So
has
then,
the
what is your argument then? Only thing you can say is he has 3 losses.
he has
That's it.
no Heisman. He has no Heisman moment. He
He
hasn't beat
beat
anybody.
Missouri,
That's what
a
it comes
number
down.
9 team on the road, and they were losing in that game.
And that's the only game he's. That's the
Okay,
only
what's
game.
Bo Nix's moment? What's
Was
Bo
he?
Nix's moment? Give me his moment. Don't
Utah.
make nothing up. Give me his moment.
He
Where was the
doesn't have.
moment?
He doesn't have no moment because these games are blown out already, man. Because the Oregon
Come on,
offense is
man.
so good and
No,
talented.
the game against Washington. Where was his moment?
Well, he's
That was
got
a
to
blowout.
just
As a matter of
run
fact,
it.
they lost that game. They
No,
lost it. So he had a chance to make his moment. You know,
You're just a Bo Nix
hold
hater.
on. I'll tell you
You
what.
always
You
hated him
hold on.
since he
Hold
came out
on.
of Auburn. You've been hating on him since
No,
he
I
came to
actually liked
Oregon.
him at Auburn.
Yeah,
But
just
hold
like
on.
you like
But hold
Brock
on.
Purdy,
Hold
right?
on. You said that he got him in field goal range. Why not score a touchdown and end all that? That was his moment.
Why? But why would you do that? It's common sense though. If you're down by 3,
All
you're
I'm
gonna get
saying
the
is
field goal to
you
tie
keep
the game.
this is what I'm saying. You're hitting a double standard because you're sitting there saying only thing I think that you can say is okay, Jaden Daniels has 3 losses. I'm with you 1,000%. But if you're talking about moment, if you're talking about quality win, if you're talking about QBR, Jaden Daniels is better than Bo Nix on all of those fronts. You
No, he's
can't
not.
argue that. You can't
No, he's
argue it.
not. I just
He
don't
has
think he
better
is.
stats. He has a better QBR. He has a
What
better
was
quality
Jaden?
win. That's the
What's
facts.
no, he doesn't. What's Jaden Daniels' moment then?
I just told you he beat Missouri, Eddie. Oh, and let me put this out there. I'm not saying it's a great. The
You guys
team
are
is great.
reaching so
Hold
bad
on.
for
Let me say
Jaden
this.
Daniels, Missouri.
Hold up. Let me say this. On top of that, you know what's never been done in the history of college football? In the history of college football, never
What?
by nobody, not Vince Young, not nobody. 600 total yards in one game. You know who did that? Jaden Daniels.
That's not
So
actually a
I'm
real.
just putting it
That's
out
not
there.
actually a real stat, though.
Bro,
That's a
it's
stat
never been done.
that's a stat that you just made up
No,
to
I didn't look it
support your
up.
argument.
Bro.
We gotta move on because they got a big
Yeah,
game this weekend that could
Yes, yes,
determine it, so
yes.
we can figure this out next week.